Hello and welcome to this special TireCast presentation of the 2015 Google Summit. Google Summit, or betterly known as GAFE Summit, is a two-day high-intensity event that focuses on deploying, integrating, and using Google Apps for education to promote higher student learning. EdTech team, the ones responsible for these summit meetings, operates on a global scale, holding summits all over the world.
I travel a lot in Canada, South Korea. In April, I'm keynoting in Sydney and New Zealand, which is really exciting for me.
But how did RHS come able to host this huge event for the second year in a row?
The EdTech team 2 summers ago and said, we're looking for some PD. We would love to have you come out and train us. They said, would you be interested in hosting a festival? So last year we had a festival. We sold out last year and it was a successful event. Approved a second festival, which they now upgraded us to a summit. So now it's a summit, hosted again.
Things kicked off with a pre-Google Summit meeting for district staff with pre-keynote speaker Holly Clark.
I am the keynote speaker, or I am doing professional development for teachers on how to also do professional development.
Holly is from the San Diego area and is also a Google certified teacher.
So people apply to become a Google certified teacher, and they pick 50 of the most innovative educators from around the world to become a Google certified teacher.
I was also able to talk to other teachers from around the district to learn about their experience on the pre-Google Summit.
So this is my 3rd Google Summit that I've been to. I went to the one at Roseville last year, and it rained last year too. So it's kind of a tradition now that it pours rain at Roseville High School. And the first time I went, I had absolutely no idea what I was expecting. I knew the Google apps, but I didn't know really what they could do. And this is my 3rd one, and I'm still learning new things every time I come.
It's fun, it's exciting, it's a good place to come and learn new information, see the new apps, see how teachers use various apps. It's fun.
The excitement continued to day 1 of Google Summit.
It's awesome, super excited. Everybody's been really helpful telling us where to go, and the energy is really great because everybody's ready to get their Google on and just really start to learn more about what's going on, so good.
2 days?
Yes. Very excited. Yeah, I really am.
After sign-ins and a free complimentary breakfast, everyone gathered in the Patty Baker Theater to listen to the first keynote from PhD Dan Russell.
So, it's not a great name. So it's basically, the keynote was a call to action to teachers and say, look, you've got all these teachers, you've got all these students at your hand. We need collectively to help them become better searchers, better users of the content on the internet. Because truthfully, a lot of it is bogus, a lot of it is terrible. How do we, as teachers and students, learn to discriminate between the two? How do we learn to find the stuff that will help us and not find the stuff that will be useless to us?
He also had some advice to the future educators of the world.
Yeah, it's a complex job because you need to simultaneously be good at teaching and good at a domain like math or physics or English or whatever. So you need to be domain skilled and skilled in this meta domain, this domain of teaching. And it's not trivial to do that. And so I believe the best teachers are people who have a depth of knowledge.
As the day went on, sessions broke out into different areas of the campus to get their Google on. I was able to get an inside look on the Chromebook Under the Hood session from Amplified IT with Scottish Google certified teacher Tim Lee.
I just did a Chromebooks Under the Hood, which then starts looking at areas of Chromebooks, because a lot of people know that obviously we can sign on with our Google account, we can get to all these Chrome apps, but also what other things we can do with them, but then also the management and the things we might need to think about, the hurdles that a lot of schools maybe run into. The key thing about using Google Chrome is the fact that we can sign on anywhere. So whether that's whether we're on a Mac, whether we're on Windows or on a Chromebook, we should be able to sign on to Chrome. And so therefore all of our settings should follow us.
One of the sponsors at the summit, WeVideo, held a session as well.
WeVideo is a video editing tool in the cloud, where we're web browser based, and you're able to collaborate on multiple devices. We are partnered with Google along with Android, so our engineers work with both Google and Android. It's one of the apps that is considered one of the killer iMovie apps. Our sponsorship here helps them extend the knowledge to all about Google Apps for education. So, and what we do here as sponsors, we come here and we do talk about some of, we talk about our company and what we actually do.
All of the sponsors were held in the front lobby area of the Patty Baker Theater. We continue to the second keynote on day 2.
Class told me to do. I stood by the kid. Hey, what's up? I'll stand right. We have to disrupt the way we deliver instruction, and we have to do it like one classroom at a time. I use an example of kids who answer multiple choice questions that they really don't learn how to think. I use the example from other schools where kids were actually taking ownership of their learning and creating and producing songs that kind of showed their ownership of the learning experience. They need to not deliver instruction the way it was delivered to them, that we are in a place when information is abundant, and so they need to consider that when making lesson plans. They need to just redefine, scrap everything, and start over from scratch.
Like the first day, sessions broke out after the keynote speech all over campus. We even had a local Google certified teacher presenting a session on unleashing the power of Google Apps.
Today Whitney Cottrell and I are presenting a 2-part session on unleashing the power of Google Apps for education, primarily using sites and classroom. When creating a site, make it as interactive as possible. Have it be a one-stop place for your students to come, and link all of your other pages to it.
Because of it being held at Roseville, we had many local teachers here at Roseville, including our very own Mr. Purvines, Mrs. Dooley, Mr. Crockett, and Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher gave me a contemporary look on the power of technology in education.
Great time to be on education, that there's such a big change from what has been done and what's now possible. Things that didn't even exist now are almost the norm. And yeah, it's an amazing time to be going into education.
Levi Fletcher is using this big change by continuing his education by getting his master's degree online from Boise State. Online tools is what Google Summit is all about. This event has brought people from all corners of the greater Placer County region to RHS. But how did Roseville students help out with running this event?
Leadership and student government were asked to volunteer to help kind of with directions around the campus and just really be kind of ambassadors and greeters for people as they're arriving at Roseville High School.
Tiger Tech's role is mostly to just support all the presenters, and if there is an issue, we're there to contact the tech support and try and troubleshoot if we can.
Basically take advantage of this wonderful opportunity of having Google Summit here on the Roseville High campus. We're here to help the teachers who are attending the Google Summit, like help them, show them where stuff is, but at the same time we want to get the information we learn here from them and see like how we can bring all of the information Google has to our campus.
It allows Tiger Tech to soak in a lot of information and actually sit in on the sessions and learn something to hopefully train our staff as we move forward with the EdTech plan. So there you have it, a special presentation of the 2015 Google Summit. My name is Eduardo Ortega, signing off. We'll see you next time.